Hi there, it's Jewel here. I wanted to stop over here to say thank you for all your support in 2022. But I wanted to stop and say, hope you have an amazing year filled with joy, prosperity, peace, and of course, great health. And so I hope the year is off to a great start for you. And I also wanted to just use this time of the year to remind you of all the different ways that Grand Properties can help your clients on both sides of the transactions, both sellers as well as buyers. And so more than likely we work together, of course, on staging, but Grand Properties actually can help your clients with more than just staging. And so I just wanted to kind of give you a quick overview or reminder of the services that we do outside of staging, and hopefully these will be helpful to you for your sellers as well as your buyers. And these are staged services that you may not think of very often, so hopefully this will come in handy when you have the right client fit for them. So the first service that you may not think of when you think of getting ready for sale, but that is the pre-staging services. And so Grand Properties can be very helpful to you in pre-staging services, which we think of as painting, flooring updates, kitchen and bathroom updates, even full gut renovations, which doesn't happen often, but I have done entire apartment renovations for those sellers who have the money to invest and they want to sell for a higher return. So we can help them with that and take all of it off their hands. And so that's pre-staging services. And you might recall in my last video, I talked about those sellers who've been holding off for the spring market before they're going to sell. Well, oftentimes those properties need help prior to us bringing in the staging. And so this is a great time for them to do the prep work, do the pre-staging prior to the spring market so that they are ready to hit the ground running when that time comes. So if you have a seller who's in that category, absolutely please drop me an email, give me a call, and I'd be happy to set up a time to come and see the property. Now, the other way that we can help, as you are probably already familiar, is full staging services. And that's where we actually come in and take all of the work off the hands of the sellers. We coordinate all the paperwork. We take care of all the insurance requirements. We make sure that we bring in all the furniture, the artwork, the lighting, the accessories, the pillow, the bedding, everything you can think of to create the feeling of a home and showcase that property so that the right buyer falls in love with the property. And all the seller has to do is provide keys and payment, and we take care of everything else. And so that's our full staging services. Now that, as you heard, does not include all the pre-prep work, right? This is where we do bring in all the pretty stuff. Everything has been done. Everything's been cleaned. So that's full staging. The other service that we offer, and I like this service because I think it's a great entry point for your sellers who are still on the fence. And, in this climate where things are so shaky for some people, they need a little extra push, right? And so if you have a seller who's on the fence about making the investment in staging, or they just think that they can do the work themselves, and for some reason, the best option for them is to recommend our staging consultation. Now, the staging consultation is where we come in and we spend usually up to 2 hours where we walk through the property and make very detailed recommendations for the seller on what they can do to best present that home in the best light. And oftentimes it even turns into a working meeting. So that means if we need to shift something or move something, we might do that actually during the consultation. And so the great thing about the consultation is not only can it turn into a working meeting and the client gets very detailed recommendations and a really good insight into what is going to go into preparing that house, but they also get the summary of our consultation so it can serve as a reference point for them after the consultation. The other thing is that we always include what the staging investment would be should they hire us or want to consider hiring us to come in and actually stage the property. And I will tell you that 99% of clients who hire us for consultations end up hiring us to actually do the staging because they realize that staging is a lot more work than what they thought it might be, once they go through that experience of going through the staging process, the consultation process with us, and seeing all the pieces that come into play with staging a property. So I love the consultation as a very affordable budget option for those clients who just aren't sure that they can make the investment or want to make the investment. It's a great way to introduce them to the possibilities and how staging can help them, right? And if nothing else, they get a really good game plan and they can do some preparation, and it helps them. And of course, it helps you to sell your property faster, right? So that's the staging consultation. The fourth service, which is the lesser known service, is called our turnkey concierge service. Now, what do I mean when I say the concierge service, right? If you think about a concierge is someone who does everything for you, takes care of everything. And we kind of do that, obviously, when we're preparing properties for sale for our clients. But in terms of the turnkey concierge service, that's where we are actually coming in and providing all the full furnishings for the apartment or the townhouse or whatever kind of property it is, in addition to also making sure that all the housewares are there. We set up all the cable and phone and what other any other services that the client might need, so that they are able to basically move in, right? It's a turnkey move-in experience for that client. Now, you might be wondering, well, what type of client would this be good for? So as an example, we helped a couple of international clients at 35 Hudson Yards and 1 Hudson Yards, where I imagine there's a lot of attraction of international clients from around the world, just given the type of properties that they have. And these clients had a temporary need, right? So they were here in the US for a specific amount of time. One case is 12 months, another time is 18 months, but it usually is around 12 months. But if you're only staying here, if you're leasing a property for 12 months, you don't want to invest in a full house of furniture, right? And certainly if you're coming from overseas and this is a new place for you, you also don't necessarily know where to go to get different things set up. Where do I go to get groceries? Where do I go to set up my phone and my cable and all that? And so we literally take care of that service for those types of clients. So international clients who have a temporary need is definitely a good type of client for that. Also, we worked with another client for a townhouse where it was a second home, and in the transition between making renovations and ordering all new furniture, so doing full interior design for entire property, they needed some furniture to live with during the transition period when they would be visiting the home. And so we basically outfitted the whole entire townhouse with all temporary furnishings that will come out when the permanent furniture is ready to come in. So it can be a really convenient service for those types of clients, again, who have a temporary need. Also think clients who are renovating maybe and need to move out while the project's going on. So that's when that would come in. So that's our turnkey concierge service. And then the last service is our interior design service. Now, oftentimes, because our sellers have worked with us on stage and they call us back in to do interior design, or you might have a buyer who is buying a home and they want to have help with interior design. And so our interior design services are great for someone who's maybe purchasing a property that needs some updates prior to them moving in, or they just want help with all new furniture for their new home. And so that's our interior design service. We actually have trained interior designers on our team that work with me and that help our clients with these types of services. And so an example of some recent projects, we did a brand new kitchen in Tribeca, a whole new gut job. We also gutted and renovated a whole brand new 3-bedroom on the Upper East Side, 3-bedroom, 3-bath project. And we've also done full brand new furnishings for clients who are moving into a new development, for example, and they want to start fresh and new. So those are just a few examples of some of the different ways that interior design could play out. But this is a way that you can help both your sellers and your buyers for all the different suite of services that we offer. So I hope this will be helpful to you in 2023, because now you can think of all the options to help your buyers and your sellers. And of course, as always, if I can help you in any way, if you have any questions at all, absolutely email me, call me, and I'd be happy to answer any questions, and of course set up a time to come see any properties that you think might be a good fit for any of the services that I discussed, from pre-staging to consultations, or even the turnkey concierge. So wonderful, wishing you a wonderful day. I hope that this was super helpful, and have an amazing week, and more importantly, have an amazing year. And I look forward to working with you in the new year. Take care.